That's all a part of it.
Yes, sir. So now we're back with Sports Talk with Attitude. It's been a while, been about a week or so since we've been on, but we're getting there, and we got a couple things to cover. We're jumping on a little later than usual, but we are back with Ralph, the book is open, Booker, and Kurt, the armchair quarterback. Welcome back, man. It's been a little while, and
thank you. Welcome back yourself, brother. Had a good vacation. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, I'm glad you had your you had a nice trip, your vacation too, and we're back at it. And I feel a little off kilter, feel weird getting back in here talking about this stuff, but we're back.
We don't want you to be off kilter. We want you to be on target, baby. We got lots of stuff going on.
Man, so I want to cover a little bit about I was a little bit wrong on who was at the NBA in the Olympics. I really thought they were going to get beat up a whole lot. I know we're coming into NFL season. They're back at they're starting to practice.
Yeah.
I want to talk about a couple of players on my favorite team. A couple of stats on them, and see what else you have to say about just the Olympic trials. With the disappointments and controversy and comments about what's going on in the Olympics.
I'll tell you what. Honestly, I'm not disappointed at all because those young people, they trained for a long time to put themselves in a position to go out there and compete for their country. And if they gave it their best shot and competed at the highest level that they could, man, I'm proud of all of them.
Well, some of them don't feel like, them competing was enough. I saw like one situation where I was going to talk about with the Jamaicans, the women in the 100.
Yeah.
We had Thomas. She won. There's a competition with them ladies, and it's a good competition. I thought it was a good competition between the three fastest ladies that was in the 100-meter for the women. Yeah. One lady named Thomas, she won 4 years ago or 5 years ago, and she won again, another gold this year.
Yeah.
For 2020, or they call it 2020 Olympics, but 2021.
Yeah.
And so the person who came in second place, the teammates didn't act like they were happy for the person who won first place. So they were after the race was over, they was treating her kind of funny. They didn't congratulate her like they should have congratulated her. And these are her teammates on the Jamaican team. And I just thought that was a little bit, a little disturbing or a little bit off to where, okay, we won the gold. We as a country won.
Right.
I know you're my competition, but you are my teammate. And they just kind of treated her real poorly, like after she won.
See, Curtis, the only thing I would caution that is we don't know none of the things that go on behind the scenes with these people. So when I see something on television that's just giving me a view of 50,000-foot view, and I'm looking at them and they don't look like they're congratulating and all. I don't know any of the other things that's going on. So I'm not going to speculate as to why they didn't do what they did or why they did do, because there's so much that's going on with that I don't know, that if I try to then interject my thoughts into it and I don't have the facts, then I feel like not only I'm kind of out on the limb, but I'm doing a disservice to them because I don't know the facts. So if I don't know the facts, it's hard for me to interject myself and my thoughts into those situations like that, because we're just seeing it on the surface. We're not looking at it from the deep part.
Right, but here's my thing: you're at the Olympics, you're on television, and that's your teammate. Okay. Whatever issues you had, you gotta let that go while you're in camp.
It depends on the issue, though. That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't matter.
We're saying whatever the issue is, but we don't know what that issue is. There could be something pretty deep that we wouldn't do anything different if it was us.
She lost the race. She came in second. She got beat.
No, they won all three golds. They won gold, silver, and bronze.
But the person who came in second wasn't happy for the person who came in first, and then made a comment that she just wants to go home. Before they even ran the next race, she said she wanted to go home because she lost that race.
But again, since we don't know any of the details,
but you got to put that aside.
Interject any of our thoughts into it when we don't know the facts.
You got to be an adult, and when you're in the Olympics, you got to put all that aside.
We don't know the facts, though.
You're trying to win for you.
It's easy to say we got to put that aside. But if you don't know the facts, it's much more difficult. If you look at the facts that we don't know, if we knew those facts, we might not be saying it's that easy to put that stuff aside.
The facts of the matter. Mo, what you think? And I say the facts of the matter is you're there with your teammates. You're running a race for yourself to win the gold or whatever the medal it is to win. And you're also doing it for your country, and that's your teammate.
Yes.
So no matter what, you got to put that stuff aside. I believe as a teammate.
After the race is over with, they've already run the race. They're not going to hurt the country anymore. They can't. They went first, second, and third.
But it was notable. It was very notable.
Yeah, but like Ralph said, Jen, we don't know what took place prior to that. It could have been something detrimental. You know, we're on the outside looking in.
On the program, really. Yeah. So it doesn't. But there's still need to be.
I mean, yeah, she could have showed a better sports. Some camaraderie where she's hugging her friends, like congratulate her, and moved on. But we, like you said, we don't know what happened, what took place. There could have been something really bad, bro. And you know,
you don't know. All we doing is speculating. When we don't know the facts, all we giving is an opinion of unknowledge, an opinion.
So yeah, we're just putting stuff out there that we have no idea what took place.
Come on, so it wasn't bad enough to where this person couldn't run the race.
Right? It didn't have nothing to do with the race. I'm gonna run my race, and then after the race, I don't have to do nothing with her. I don't have to hug her. I don't have to congratulate her. She ran her race and won. I ran my race. I finished what I did.
So that's called unsportsmanlike conduct, is what it's called.
No, that's not.
Yes, because she was upset with her teammate. That's unsportsmanlike conduct.
Well, that's an opinion. Because in my opinion, that's not unsportsmanlike. If there is an issue, and again, we don't know the facts. That's all. My whole point is, when you don't know the facts, everything else we say is speculation, because we don't know. All we know is what we see, what the cameras allowed us to see. That's all we know. We don't know what was shown before, what happened during training for the last year. They were supposed to go to the Olympics a year ago. Well, for this next year, they had to train. We don't know anything that went on with those teams, anything went on internally. We don't know any of those things. And then we see a picture of them after the race, and all we want to speculate on what ought to be happening and what should be happening when we don't have all the facts. That's all I'm saying. We don't have the facts.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I would like to be a fly on that wall and see what caused that to happen.
I just think her feelings were hurt that she didn't come. They were thinking that she was going to take first place. The news around that the person who took second was going to win the race, and I think she was so disappointed in herself that she couldn't handle it. And that's why
that's bad sportsmanship.
Exactly. And after the race was over, she said she just wanted to go home. She said it had nothing to do with the other person. She just wanted to go home because she didn't win first place.
Because she didn't do her best.
And she probably felt that was it. She left something out there on the court or on the field or somewhere. But like I said, we don't know. We can't speak for her because we're not her. So we just go on what we see.
And I guarantee you, what the camera shows us is not even it's barely a snippet of what's going on in these athletes' lives over the last year, 2 years. It's a snippet, not even a snippet, because the camera is only on them after the race for just less than a minute. So in that time frame, we're going to form this opinion about somebody being unsportsmanlike and all these other things, when all we got is just a snippet on the camera of maybe 30 seconds. And so we're going to form this huge opinion about this person from looking at a video for 30 seconds. I just think it's unfair to the athletes. They put in too much time and effort. It's unfair.
And mind you, this is a year later when it was supposed to take place last year.
That's right.
A lot of them players might have been at their peak form last year.
They were.
And they dropped off a little bit.
Simone Biles has said that exact same thing.
Okay, but it doesn't matter whether they was at their peak performance last year. I'm just talking about how she treated her teammate. So you talking about her being peak performance and they didn't run last year has nothing to do with.
So how did her teammate treat her before the race, Curtis?
We don't know.
That's all I'm saying. We're saying what she didn't do with the teammate after the race. We don't know what the teammate may have done before the race. We don't know any of those things. And those details are very important when we forming a negative opinion about someone.
I just think she should have been a little more.
Two sides to a story.
Always, no matter how flat that pancake is, there's always
another side.
Yeah. Well, that brings me up to talk about the guys, the NBA, the Olympic team. They're doing better than I thought they would be. And actually, Kevin Durant is putting on a clinic.
Kevin Durant is the GOAT right now.
He is putting on a clinic. He is killing them. He's going for that gold.
Now, I know on this show, I'm the only one that picked gold. I do remember that.
No, you didn't. I did too.
You didn't pick gold?
Yes, I did. That's it. Nothing else but gold. Now, Lonnie and Kurt wasn't even going to give him a medal.
No, I said silver. I said they're going to get gold, bronze, third place, something
bronze.
Like that. Run back the tape. You see him right there with you, Ralph. You see him, run back the tape. You get me on tape.
Every time they ask me about the NBA basketball, about the Olympic basketball, I said gold.
That's what I said. That's what they're there for. Anything else wouldn't work.
So they made it to the semifinals, right?
Yep.
They play tonight. Play tonight. Australia.
So who they play against?
Australia.
So they're going to either get gold or what?
No, this is the semifinal. They either get, if they win this, they're guaranteed a bronze.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Right. Then they got to win the next game. They got to win the gold medal game to get the gold.
So they got to. So if they lose tonight, then what?
They're done.
Then they're done.
They're going fishing.
So who they play tonight? Australia.
Mm-hmm.
I might be glued to that one. I might be glued to the TV set for that one.
Is it Australia?
Because
Australia made it. I mean, they made it this far, right?
Well, yeah, they played in a different pool of teams too.
Or did they play?
Who did they play? They didn't play Spain. They didn't have to play.
They just beat Spain. They just beat Spain. We just beat Spain last night.
I'm talking about Australia, the Australian team.
I don't think Spain was in their group.
They're done.
They have these groups.
They're done.
Not Spain, Australia. Yeah, we're talking about Australia. Who did they play to get to where they are? And you
have to go back and look at group play. You have to go and see who's all in a group and how many and who all they played to get out of the group to get to this point.
And I don't know if they have the same in groups. Do they have as group A, B, and C based on levels also?
And you know what's funny?
They don't do it by levels.
The women played Australia yesterday and won. The men play Australia tonight.
Right. So I got to pull up to see who Australia played and see who the competition was, the level of competition. What am I going to get that for? Did they have it easy up to this point?
Don't matter. They still ain't gonna beat the Americans. I don't care who.
Americans going all the way, bro. They just got too much.
No, I remember
Ralph also saying, because they lost that first game, that was a practice game. Ralph saying the other players are still in the playoffs. They weren't there. The rest of the guns weren't even there.
No, I was just saying that
based players weren't even there yet. And your boy Holiday, he's putting on a clinic on defense.
Yes, yeah. Holiday is killing them.
He's putting on a clinic.
Oh yeah, Lillard.
Yes, that whole team has come together now because they've now been playing together for a period of time. When you got players that were not even there, you got 3 star players that were in the finals, in the playoffs with Booker, Holiday, and the other cat from Milwaukee. So
Australia just beat Argentina yesterday.
What type of team was Argentina?
Argentina is the team that beat us in the prelims, I think.
Australia won 97-59. They put a beat down on them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they played somebody to get to where they are.
Yeah. Everybody played somebody.
I mean, a certain level. They didn't have a walk in the park up to this point. Australia.
No.
Well, no, but nowadays in the Olympic basketball, there's very few walk in the parks anymore because basketball has now become such a global sport, and they're playing all over the world. Like these guys are playing at a very young age, they playing pro ball. Like Luka Doncic from Dallas, even though he's only in the second or third year in the NBA at 21 years old, when he was 15, he was playing pro ball in his country.
Overseas, yeah.
Yeah, he was playing pro ball at 15. So he's been playing against pros and men for years. And so the game itself, basketball itself, has become so global. There are very few walk in the parks when you get to the Olympics. Now, unless one of those smaller countries looks up and beats somebody and gets through. But even like Serbia, where Luka Doncic is from, you know, it's a small country. He's a great player, but man alive, they're not gonna walk into the Olympics and just dominate.
Yeah, one man's not gonna beat his whole team.
Can't do it.
Oh, really?
No, it's
Not
not
anymore.
gonna do it. No, because the world is caught up to the game. The NBA have made themselves worldwide, so everybody's playing the game now.
I'm telling you, some of the top young players in the league of the NBA are foreign players. If you look at the top 10 young players under 26, 27 years old in the NBA, they're all foreign players.
So you were not saying that Giannis wasn't his performance to where he just beat the other team in the finals?
Foreign player.
I was saying one player.
No. Even
Yeah,
though
he
he
couldn't do
did
it,
what
no.
he did,
That one game he played, that one game he went off on, but he couldn't do it for the whole series. No, you need the whole.
well, my contention is there are a number of plays that happened in that game, even with Giannis getting 50, that he wouldn't have won that game by himself had he not had some of his cohorts also playing well.
Exactly. Jordan tried that for years. He couldn't do
Drew
it.
Holiday played the kind of defense that he played. That made a difference. And what's the forward's name for Milwaukee? I keep forgetting his name. Starting forward, he's the scorer for him. He's the shooter.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
You know, he made a huge shot in that last game coming down the stretch. You know, so without players like that, one man ain't winning none of these leagues. Not happening.
I didn't know that.
So where do we see the men's Olympic team going?
Milwaukee Bucks.
All the way,
Gold.
right?
Gold.
All the way to gold.
Absolutely.
So is KD, does he have to be on and stay on for them to get to that point?
I think it does
Chris
make
Middleton.
a huge difference.
Chris Middleton.
That's right.
Yeah, KD's got to do what he does.
It makes a huge difference. But let me tell you, that kid out of Boston is playing really well right now, too. He is shooting the ball, man, like lights out.
Yeah, I've been keeping up a whole lot with the men's basketball. I caught the highlights last night of, and I saw KD going off. But other than that, you know, I really think if they don't, well, tonight will be the tail of the tape.
Jason Tatum.
I said tonight will be the tail of the tape against Australia.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game. It's gonna be a good
What
game.
does that mean? You think, are you picking Australia to win?
Kurt always going against the grain.
No, that's not it.
Well, he didn't pick. He didn't say. I asked the question, but he hadn't answered the question yet.
I hope the USA wins.
I didn't ask who you hope. I asked you who you thought was going to win.
I'm telling you they're going to win.
Who?
I'm trying
Australia?
America's going to win the gold.
USA going to win the gold Olympics.
They didn't go there just to go on vacation. They come to get the championship, bro. This is our game. We're going to take over.
Can I ask the question again, Kurt, or did you hear the question?
I heard the question. I need some time to think about it. I have a feeling that Katie's going to have an off night tonight. And if he's off tonight, that's a wrap.
Who? KD?
KD.
Hey, we got other shooters. Hey, we got other shooters on the team to light them up. They just wait.
Not like that. Not like that.
Hey.
Jason Tatum, he had 21 in the fourth quarter just the other night.
Hey.
What?
Hey.
Dame Lillard ain't even showed all of his skills yet.
He still hasn't. And Middleton,
So if he gets hot,
can score anytime he wants.
Tatum gets hot, KD can be off and they can still win.
Yeah.
What was the final against Spain? That was supposed to be two of the best teams that were playing. Spain and the US.
Yes.
Those were two top
Yesterday,
teams.
And just so you know that neither one of the Paul Gasol or his brother Mark Gasol, neither one of them scored a point in that game.
we beat them 95-81.
Oh,
14 points.
95 or 14, that's it? Okay, that's good. Okay.
And they played good defense against the
Like I
Gasol
said.
brothers. So
Like I said, if KD's off, we might have some trouble tonight against Australia.
We'll be all right. We'll be all right. Won't be no wild dingoes going crazy tonight. We'll be all right.
Curtis, I'm asking, who's going to win the game tonight? Australia or the U.S., Curtis?
I still have no answer as of right now.
All right.
Oh, come on, man.
I need some time. I just got a feeling
You're
KD's
going to wait till after the game is over with to tell us?
I'll let you know when the game's over who won.
Yeah, well, of course, at that point, I already know. You won't have to tell me. But so did you hear about these new signings in the NBA because of
what did the Lakers done? Everybody went to the Lakers. Everybody went to the Lakers.
A bunch of old guys went to the Lakers.
Yeah, let's say everybody with the Lakers. Carmelo, and that's the same draft that LeBron was in. They're all together now.
Yes.
Then Dwight Howard came back to the Lakers.
Hey, why is that? Why is that?
Westbrook's with the Lakers.
Because they're trying to win the championship, Curtis.
Why is
They're on
that?
their way out, and they know that's the best chance to get it.
They're trying to win the championship.
So LeBron can't do it, huh?
What do you mean
Not by
LeBron can't
himself.
do it? What does that mean? I don't understand that question. He's
Not by
won
himself.
5. I'm 4 or 5 already.
Yeah,
He's won 4 championships. What do you mean he can't do it?
he already got hardware on his hands. He's good.
So why is all these people going to LA?
They want to win one. They know they're better chance to win
They're
one
trying to
with
win
them,
a
but against
championship.
them.
So it's
Why
not
does
LeBron,
anybody?
it's the
Why
other
does the
guys.
general managers make trades to improve their team to
So
try
it's
to win
not-
the championship?
So it's not LeBron, it's the other guys who want one.
No,
All
LeBron
of
was another
them.
one too. Yeah, that's why he's still playing. He's not playing not just to play.
No,
They all play to win.
it ain't for the money at this point. Not them older guys.
He has his money. They all got their money. Now they're trying to win.
Yep.
Out on top.
Okay.
Look what Phoenix did. They gave Chris Paul a 4-year contract for $120 million.
So
4
who's
years.
oh, really? He's not worth it?
Yeah.
Chris Paul?
4 years. That's a lot.
Let me tell you something, Curtis.
He's worth it. I think he's worth it. I'm just saying.
He's
I think
absolutely
he's
worth it. Because if he
Oh, yeah.
wasn't worth it, you can believe you me, they wouldn't pay him.
They wouldn't pay him.
He'd be in LA right now.
You see what
Probably.
happened with
He'll be in LA.
you saw Steph Curry signed a new contract,
Oh,
215 million for 4 years.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
the
man.
only athlete in history to sign 2 $200 million contracts in his career.
He's worth it.
Oh,
Yes.
definitely.
No diggity. So
Definitely.
who all went to LA?
Well, Carmelo went, and then what's his name? Westbrook came over.
Howard
Dwight
Clear.
Howard.
Who else went there?
They
Really?
brought some young guys in too.
So Westbrook, Howard,
Carmelo.
and Carmelo. Wow, that's stacking.
Those are the veterans that came over.
That's stacking. I know Carmelo's on his way out. You know,
Well, all of them, yeah, they're all on their way down.
But Westbrook, he's still playing some good ball though, right?
Yeah.
You know, wow, over there with LeBron.
And then Drummond went to Philadelphia.
They went to the Lakers. It's the
Yeah.
franchise that they play for.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They went over there with LeBron.
Yeah, to the Lakers.
Mhm.
LeBron. They went
But you see, Drummond went to
That was the
Philadelphia.
Lakers. Never before there was a LeBron. See, the Lakers won 15, 16 championships ever before LeBron got there. So this is not just LeBron. This is the Lakers.
That's not LeBron's team.
It's the Lakers. It's the franchise, brother. I'm telling you. They won before LeBron got there. It ain't like they needed LeBron to win.
LeBron's the franchise player there.
Yes.
But
No
it's still the Lakers, like you said, last the Lakers team. But like I said, Drummond left the Lakers and went to Philadelphia.
Oh,
Yeah,
Who did?
Drummond,
Oh,
big
yeah.
man. So
Mr.
Philly
yeah.
got some big men, so they're still working on getting rid of.
But that was because they didn't need him.
Yeah, he didn't fit in that. He didn't fit in that scheme right
He
there
did not
anyway.
fit- no, he did
No.
not fit that system.
No, but he'll fit good in Philadelphia, though.
Well, it still depends on if Ben Simmons is there getting a lot of minutes.
Hey, they're trying to get rid of Ben Simmons.
I know they are, but they haven't yet.
Well, it wasn't too much for him. That's what the point is. Nobody wants to pay what he's worth.
That's what I'm saying. If you keep asking that much, you want 4 first-round draft choices, and nobody's going to give that to you.
Yeah.
If he's still there, then I don't think Philly is going anywhere.
And then Brooklyn, if they can stay healthy, oh man, don't trip on him.
So Ben Simmons is not the man, huh? No.
But in Brooklyn, do they ever stay healthy?
Well, you know, them guys, man, they guys do. I don't know what it is about their. It just happens, man. Accidents, you know. Kyrie came down on the wrong foot, you know.
Kyrie gets hurt all the time. Every year he gets hurt. He got hurt when he was in Boston. He didn't play but like 12 or 13 games his freshman year at Duke because he was hurt.
Yeah.
So he always gets hurt. You never can count on him to play the full season all the way through the playoffs.
But Harden came back. He was hurt. He came back, but he wasn't 100%.
Right. Well,
Durant
we know he'll fade in the playoffs too. We know that.
Yeah.
He's shown that.
But they got done when he's coming back though. He got hurt at the beginning of the season. He was hurt the whole season. So he'll be back. So that's another good gun they got. And they signed Blake Griffin for another year.
Okay.
He got rejuvenated. He wants to play and win now.
He don't scare nobody.
No, but he wants to play and win though. You know what I'm saying? He's playing to win.
Yeah, he want to win, but it ain't like, you know, no big deal.
I still like the Nets to come out the East.
I got to see what their team looks like.
Healthy.
I'm not going to make that prediction until I see what that team looks like because they got those 3 players, but they need a lot more than that. You see, when you get into the playoffs, you see it takes it takes those little guys making shots at different times, getting those extra rebounds. It takes a lot of that stuff to win the championship, not just those 3 guys.
You need 8 players in the playoffs. That's what you need. 8 good players. You got your starters. You need 3 strong ones coming off the bench to give your starters a break when they come out and continue what they're doing. You do that, you'll win.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Do the Nets have those other players?
I think they'll get a few more.
I understand they may get a few more, but I'm saying I'm not going to make a prediction on the Nets until I see what the team actually looks like. Right now, I don't know who all they're going to have next year or not. When next year comes, I'll be able to look at their team and say, yeah, they look like they put enough around those 3 to then make the difference to win the championship. Mm-hmm. Right now, Milwaukee is the reigning champions out the East.
Milwaukee's one and done.
Okay, well, I heard they was also going to lose in 6 to Phoenix. So
yeah, I said they won.
Trust me, if I don't buy into that.
I said 5. I said
in 5. That's right, in 5. If I don't buy into what you said about Milwaukee, just trust me, it's okay. Because I'm not going to listen to.
I'm not. Hey, they won. Congratulations, all that good stuff to them. But
I hear you, but now you're saying they're one and done. But you also said they were done in 5. So I can't trust that they're one and done, Mo. Because we got to wait to see.
What is it?
Yeah, you're telling me Milwaukee one and done, but you also tell me they done in 5. So
I know. Hey, I was wrong.
No, I ain't trying to point the fact that you're wrong. I'm just saying. I ain't gonna go with that one and done until we see a little bit more because I've already heard that before.
Okay.
I ain't counting Milwaukee out, that's all I'm saying. When you're the reigning champions, it makes a huge difference how you play the net. Now they did let PJ Tucker go. I was surprised that PJ went to Milwaukee. Went to Miami.
He went to Miami for 2 years.
Yeah, he went to Miami. Because
a lot of guys
won the championship for years.
Yeah, he got his ring. Now he wants the money. Now trying to get a little bit of money. Yeah. That ain't no money though. He might as well stay where he was at.
And I think he have a better chance to win the championship with Milwaukee than Miami.
In Miami, they went and got what they got? Kyle.
They got Kyle Lowry.
That didn't matter.
You know.
They say he's gonna release. He's gonna do what Chris Paul did for Phoenix. Relieve the pressure off Jimmy.
We'll see. We'll see. You know, the East is still tough. You know, we got a lot of contracts. I see that the Hawks signed John Collins today, and they signed Trey Young the other day.
Yeah, they traded what 180,
something like that. They gave him a super max contract or something.
That's good.
And they signed John Collins today,
It did?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't get that news yet. Okay.
I didn't get the actual number of the contract,
Uh-huh.
but they did sign. I did see across the wire that he did sign.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's
my
gonna be
prediction is in.
interesting next year.
My prediction is in.
What is it?
USA tonight, 125-98 against Australia. But when they go on to the final,
The gold medal.
I see them pulling up on the silver.
So they will
come
win
on,
tonight,
man.
but they'll lose in the gold medal game against whoever they play. You don't even
Whoever
know who
they
they're gonna play yet. You're already saying it don't matter who they're gonna play, they ain't gonna win.
Silver.
Oh man. You must drink some crazy water. You're on vacation.
So you think they're going to win? Okay. That's your prediction. You think they're going to get the gold? I mean,
That's why they're there.
that's me
That's
pushing
why they there.
125.
If they didn't want the gold, they'd send the college kids to go after it.
Okay.
That's why they send the pros. They're sending the pros.
Hey,
I've been college
ready
by the Russians.
I'm sorry. You still
84. And that's when they send the pros. We're done with this. Let's go.
Well, the reason that they send the pros is that every other country was sending pros.
right.
Yeah. So why couldn't we send ours? So we sent ours.
Yeah, because everybody else was sending their professional athletes, and we were sending our college kids to play against them.
And our college
so
kids
they
was
said,
handling,
hey.
was winning, but they said,
We
nah.
were winning up to a point, but that's why we put together the dream team.
Right.
Because
That was the
up until
greatest team ever.
We would start having some struggles, and so we said, let's just show you. If we send our best from America, y'all don't have a chance. So we put together the dream team.
And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened.
Right.
The best went, and the best played, and the best whooped that tail.
Yes. Now,
40 points or more. Boom. They just blow them out.
But in the last 20 years, 25 years since the Dream Team, world basketball has gotten a lot better around the world than it was then.
Yeah. And plus, not all of our best players wanted to go,
Well, yeah, they can't always go because, you think about they get paid so much money now that, you don't want to risk injuring yourself and hurting your team while it's paying you all that money. Because you keep in mind, I'm a firm believer that says, if during the time that Michael and Charles Barkley and all those guys that talk about people leaving teams if they were making $40 million per season when they was making 10 or 7, if they were making 40, I think they would be leaving, going and trying to do that too. I truly believe that.
Yeah, if they could get that money, why not?
Right. But see, when you talk to some of the old guys, they say, no, we would never do what this young guy is doing. Yeah, but you never made this kind of money that these young guys are making either.
Exactly. It's all about business, bro. Money changes a lot of things.
Totally. That's right. And so for them to say we wouldn't have done this or we would have done that, when you can't compare apples and oranges and get the same thing. They're totally different. And I'm also a believer, Mo, that if there was social media was prevalent back in those days like it is today, I think athletes would have been doing things differently too. Because now you can get into athletes' head, they got Twitter, they got all these various platforms that they can get on and listen to people talk bad about them and all that. Back in the day, they only had like ESPN and the regular channels.
The newspaper.
Yeah, newspaper. But you didn't have to pick up no newspaper. But if you go to your Twitter account, all kinds of people are cutting you down on Twitter, building you up on Twitter when you shouldn't be. There's so many things like that are happening that I'm a firm believer. Had the money been the same back then and we had social media, things would have been different.
Yeah. It's all about technology. Everything went up.
No question. Man, I'm telling you, I never forget talking to some of the guys that were playing pro basketball back when I was in college and right after college, and they were talking about making $500,000 and $600,000, $700,000 a year, and that was like a ton of money.
Yeah, it was
a ton of money. I remember when Kareem signed his $450,000 a year contract. It was the biggest one on the league at the time. $450 don't get you sitting on the bench nowadays. Shit.
I remember when,
Hey,
Grandmama signed that $80 million contract. Or was it 100? That was the biggest contract back in the day. Larry Johnson from a
right. And that 80 million was spread out over four years or 5 years.
Yeah.
Now you getting guys that's making 50 million per season.
A season.
You telling me that would make a difference to those guys back in the day?
Yeah, it would have.
Yeah.
That's just common sense right there.
Yeah, but the dollar value is a whole lot different nowadays than it was back then.
Yeah, but it's a whole lot more of them nowadays too than it was back then.
Yeah, sure is. You're worldwide now.
If you making $1.5 million back in those days, that was a lot of money. If you making 40 million today, that's a lot of money. You know, $1.5 million back then ain't 40 million today. That's not the same equivalent.
No, it's not the same million.
I take it though. Give it to me.
I take the $1.5 million.
Yeah,
when I was coming up, I would have took the 400,000. Let me tell you, brother.
Yeah,
that was big money.
Hey.
That was huge money.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, because see, Mo, when I played in college, dunking was illegal.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that's how far back I played. I played in the mid-70s.
I know you telling on yourself.
Yeah, it's all right. So that's what I'm saying.
Good,
so,
brother, you're looking good.
So things are so different now. Think about how different things are now versus then, where there was no three-pointer. So if you couldn't make twos,
that's it.
So you didn't have to worry about shooting threes. Matter of fact, if you shot way out there, coaches put your butt on the bench.
Yeah, what are you doing? What is you doing?
Shooting the ball out there.
The ball had to go to the paint. That's what your first option was, going to the paint.
Absolutely.
Get to the big man.
But now the game has changed. And so it's a whole different ball game.
You got big men shooting 3-pointers, you know?
Yeah, so now you have, with the free agency and everything like that, the movement, you know, Chicago Bulls think that they're making a move to try to win something in the East. They picked up DeMar DeRozan from San Antonio.
Yeah, I saw that.
You ain't gonna put them over the top to win no championship.
No, not in the East. No, they're not.
Not in the East or the West, no matter where he went.
Chicago is a team of the past.
Yeah, Chicago's gone for a while.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
But it's a bunch of them.
Yeah. Everyone didn't get the championship. You know, it's like, hey, next try.
That's what I'm saying. You got to have a player. You got to have you got a Giannis Antetokounmpo.
That boy's a bad boy. That's a bad boy. If he gets his jumper down, oh, man, he's going to be scary. Scary.
Right. Scarier, because he's scary now.
His game can't do nothing but go up now. If he go out there and work on his game, he'll be up the top, bro.
He's proven that he's a hard worker. He don't mind putting in the effort to work hard. And that's good.
Because he stayed with Milwaukee. That's what it was. He could have left Milwaukee and went anywhere.
Well, yeah, but he didn't want to. He wanted to win in Milwaukee.
Yeah, and he did it.
Hey, it's a beautiful thing. Now they got to get some players around him to sustain that.
Holiday's going to be there. They're going to keep Holiday. Milton, he'll be there for a year or two.
Yeah, Holiday and Milton will be there.
Yeah.
But, you know, you lost a P.J. Tucker, who was a great defensive player, and he's a tough guy.
Yeah, they got to go find somebody like that now.
And so I don't know where Straight Out of DC is, because we're not getting a chance to talk about the big center from Milwaukee. He was saying he shouldn't even be on the team.
Yeah.
Brook Lopez. But when you look at Brook Lopez's career, he's been getting paid big money by a lot of teams for a lot of years. So I don't know why Lonnie thinks he knows more than the NBA general managers.
Where is DC at?
Was he washed up now? Is Lopez considered washed up?
No,
I don't consider him washed up.
Because
I don't consider him washed up.
After the Hawks, he didn't even show.
Hey, he fits perfectly where he's at right now.
He was a no-show.
He was a no. Wait a minute. Did you not see that dunk that he did on Aiden? Did you not see that dunk?
Oh yeah, he played.
What are you talking about washed up?
He played.
What was his stats?
I'll get it for you right now.
He got one good dunk.
But stats.
So, fellas, I do have a question for you, though.
You got to keep in mind, it's not all about the stats.
I got a question for you.
That's what I try to tell you guys. There's so many things that go on behind the scenes that add to a player's value to the team that stats don't tell the whole picture. You can't just go by stats.
Behind the scenes. So I got a question for you guys. Are you ready for some football?
What?
Yeah, I am.
Are you ready for some football?
Am I ready? Am I ready? Am
So
I ready? Am I ready?
So tomorrow night,
we play Dallas.
it's a Dallas Steelers game.
Pittsburgh. That's right.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about the NFL here. We got 15 minutes left to go. And Mo got his schedule up.
Hey, look around.
We're looking at the Steelers and the Cowboys tomorrow. I think it's gonna be fun. Watching those two getting back into the season. Looking forward to this. This is my season right here.
Okay.
Mo got his.
You're gonna give me some.
He got his bets in.
Theories.
He got his bets in. And what is that, Mo? Is that Vegas? Is that your Vegas sheet?
No, that's my Pittsburgh Steelers schedule for the year. And these are my stats and my players from here. See,
are you doing a fantasy football league? You in a fantasy?
I don't do that fancy stuff. No, I can't do that.
There's too much time, huh?
Yeah, I can't do it.
So here's what I'm looking at. Not Lopez, because he doesn't play football, right? So for the Steelers,
he's made a lot of money playing basketball.
He sure did. But now it's the season for the gridiron game. Yes, sir. So we got with the Steelers, Mo, Najee Harris.
The boy's bad.
Najee Harris.
The boy's bad.
What kind of offensive line do you have?
We're working on that.
Okay, but Najee Harris, let me tell you a little bit about Najee. Okay, well, I understand you may say we need an offensive line, but he's going to be able to get through that defense. Najee Harris, let me.
If you ain't got no blocking, brother, let me tell you, I don't care how good that running back is. If he ain't got no blocking, he ain't gonna get you no yards.
6'2", 230, first round, 24 overall pick. Najee Harris, running back from the Crimson Tide, Alabama, the Pittsburgh Steelers pick. Najee Harris, right? Crimson Tide's all-time leader for total touchdowns. You know who he beat? In a career, he had 57, 46 rushing yards, 11 receiving. Alabama's career leader for rushing scores with 46. You know who he surpassed? You know who that young man surpassed, Mo?
Who?
Mark Ingram.
What?
You know who else he surpassed? You know who else he surpassed?
So I got a question.
Derrick Henry. He surpassed Mark Ingram and Derrick Henry.
Yeah, but he hadn't did nothing in the NFL yet. He got to do it in the NFL.
No, but I'm saying though, these guys did it when they were in college, Mo.
Yeah, I know.
And he surpassed them.
But then they went to a team that had an offensive line too. See, because if you don't have an offensive line, I don't care what you did in college, it won't matter.
Yeah, hey,
I think it does.
Henry boy is a beast.
A great running back is a great running back.
Hey, Henry's a beast, bro. Boy, he's a beast. That's a big boy.
So Ingram was bad too.
Yeah, and when you do all that in college and get to the pros, you know what you got? You start at 0-0, no touchdowns, no yards, no nothing. If you don't prove it in the pros, none of that stuff in college means squat.
I guarantee you that Najee Harris is going to be a premier running back in the NFL.
So what does that mean?
Whether the Steelers has a good offensive line or not.
No, you do need a line because if you don't, your running back's making too much beat. He's gonna take too much punishment, bro.
He's not like the corner of old where he was just hit the hole and somebody touch him and he's falling down.
Hey, there's only one running back. There's only one running back that I seen that did everything without a line. That was Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders was just a freak of nature. He was just.
Let me just tell you something, Mo. Mo, I hear you say all of that. But you'll never be able to convince me that Barry Sanders did that without an offensive line. Because you can't. You can't get that many yards if you don't have a decent line. You just can't do it. Mo, you can't do it without a decent line, Mo.
Hey, trust me. His line wasn't all that great. And then if you put him behind that line that Emmitt Smith had, he'd have shattered the record.
No, he wouldn't have.
Yeah,
Let me tell you why. Can I tell you why?
Oh, yeah.
The reason why is because the way he ran was not the kind of line that the Cowboys had. The Cowboys had a line where you open up the hole, you hit it. Barry Sanders did all the dancing, and all of that would not been conducive for the Cowboy line that Emmitt Smith had, period. I've been watching the whole time. You can say what you want to say. Barry Sanders is a great running back, but he wouldn't have been that good behind that line because it was a different type of line.
He'd have blew the record away.
That's
why Emmitt stuck around.
Emmitt blew the record away. Emmitt got the record.
He only did it because Barry left. If Barry would have stayed, he would have never. He'd have retired too. You know that. You know that deep down in your heart.
All I know is let's go pull up the numbers. You can say what you want to say. All that is fine. Why did he leave? Because he wasn't getting no help. He told you why he left.
That's why he left.
Well, there you go.
Emmitt had some help. Emmitt had all the help you want. Me, I could have ran behind that line Emmitt was in.
No, you couldn't.
Yeah, I could have. I might have got nowhere, but I could have ran behind it.
Well, everybody could do that. They won't get nowhere.
I think great runners, they also make their own plays.
Barry did.
They hit a hole. If it's not after the blocking, they get outside the blocking, and then it's all skill set.
Hey, but in their defense, I have to say that one of the smoothest runners out there I've seen, no disrespect to any other ones,
O.J. Simpson.
Eric Dickerson. When he got on, when he took off, all you see was them legs was getting up. ED was gone. ED was gone.
Well, strictly from the standpoint of a Cowboy fan, I'm happy with my two Hall of Fame running backs. We got Tony Dorsett and Emmitt Smith. I'm good.
Okay, all right.
Both Hall of Famers, both in the top 10 rushing of all time. Say what you want to say.
Dorsett came from Pittsburgh.
I don't care where he come from. What you did in college don't matter. It's what you do in the pros that count, baby.
All right. You're right.
I'm just telling you. Emmitt Smith came from Florida. So what? A lot of running backs came out of Florida that ain't done nothing.
But I really think it's not only the line, it has a lot to do with the player's skill set too, and them being able to run.
Well, you got to have a good skill set to be considered one of the best running backs. But I don't care how good a running back you are. If you don't have a line, you're just not going to get a lot of yards, baby. Not in today's NFL.
Maybe not
the way they look at film and all that stuff like that. It ain't going to happen. You got to have some line play.
Now, you may not have a line, but you may not be able to run up the middle. But it's still going to find the outside.
They got defensive ends that come around that corner right there. They're just as quick as that running back. And they
ain't just getting out the outside. When I say line, the line blocks the outside, the inside. They don't just block between the tackles. That line, the reason that line is open like that is because they can't come up the middle. They're trying to go around the outside. That's why he can go up the middle with that line. You got to get a good offensive line in order to be a good running team. You don't have a line, you're just not going to be a good running team. That's period. I mean, Pittsburgh had running back last year.
We have no line.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
Yeah, you did.
We didn't have no running back last year.
Yeah, you had the running back that you had before was good enough to win.
No, we did not have a running back.
How did you win 11 in a row?
We haven't had a running back since we lost Bell.
How did you win 11 in a row?
Because we had running backs, but we didn't have a good running back last year.
You won 11 in a row last year. That's what I'm asking you.
11 in a row because it was receiving yards.
Receiving line. Everybody was healthy. Everybody was good.
It was we were a good receiving core.
And Claypool was a beast.
Claypool was a beast. Claypool was
Notre Dame.
It wasn't a running yard because Connor wasn't doing much last year at all.
The year before he did.
A running game at all. They stopped the running game.
Kirk, you didn't have no line. That was the problem.
Yeah,
we had good enough running back the year before.
Right, but you asked me how we win 11 in a row. You asked me how we win 11 games. It's because we had a receiving core.
But you had to have a line to block, though. You had to have a line. Your line helps in your receiving game as well as your running game. If you don't have a good line, you can't run ortho real well.
Right. I thought we were talking about between running backs and receivers.
Now you still need a line though. You got to protect the quarterback. He needs time to throw that ball. If you ain't got no time to throw that ball, I don't care who you got up there. They're not gonna catch it.
Okay,
Right.
but I thought we
And
were
Patrick
saying,
Mahomes in the Super Bowl, he didn't have no time. He couldn't do nothing.
but I
It
thought
is
we were
what it
saying
is.
that, you know, we had won all those games because we had a running game.
But your running game is predicated on having a decent offensive line, though. You can't have a good running game without a good line. Can't do it.
But we're working on it this year. We should be all right this year.
Well.
We should be all right. I tell you this, we're still coming out on our division number one. I don't care what they say.
Okay, you predicting? Both of y'all are predicting that Pittsburgh will win that division.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. No doubt.
And I'm taking one of those other three teams.
You can take anyone you want. Matter of fact, you
I
can
am.
have them all. You can have them all.
I am.
Look, I got 5 teams I like in the NFL in no particular order. Pittsburgh's my first team, though. My second team is Pittsburgh. My third team is Pittsburgh. My fourth team is Pittsburgh, and my fifth team is Pittsburgh. So you can take everybody else. I'll go against them all.
So are you saying Pittsburgh gonna win the Super Bowl?
I always say that. Every year I say that.
I ain't asking about every year. I'm asking about this coming year.
Yeah, I'm saying it this year, too. We
Okay,
win.
good. That's all I wanted to hear.
Only thing I changed is my draws. Pittsburgh's winning it, bro.
Hope you change your socks too.
Sometimes I don't even wear socks.
You guys are California, baby.
It's hot out here, man. It's hot.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Well, again,
What's Dallas going to do, Mr. Book?
we're gonna win our division.
You think so?
Did I stutter?
Okay. All right.
I didn't stutter. You asked me. I told you straight
I said,
out.
okay. I said, okay. You got it. Man, why you coming at me? Thought I stuttered.
No, you said, are you sure? When you asked me, I didn't stutter. I said straight out, we're gonna win our division.
It just sounded a little fray. That's all.
Well, I apologize if that's how you if
I'm
it's the way it
sorry.
sounded.
I'm sorry.
When you said what is Dallas gonna do, I said win our division.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I didn't say we're gonna win no Super Bowl and none of that other stuff. I said we're gonna win our division.
Okay.
That's what I said.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see from there. Now you're saying that Pittsburgh gonna win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that.
I am.
About Dallas.
I've always, hey, I let him go with my team. I always say,
Oh, I go with my
Every
team
year.
too. Now
Every year.
bro, you can't be no bigger fan of your team than I am of mine. I assure you.
But we won the Super Bowl. We ain't going to the Super Bowl. We going to win it.
There you go.
You're not going to be in the stands, huh? You're on the field.
Right there.
Okay.
Getting that Vince
Hey.
Lombardi trophy.
I ain't mad at you. You know, boys in Kansas City may have something to say about that. Boys in Buffalo may have something to say about that. I don't know.
They can say what they want to say. Thank you. That's all they can
Right.
say. Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you. Congratulations.
So you guys think it's going to be a game to watch tomorrow, or is it going to be a waste of time to try to turn it on?
Waste of time.
It's just preseason, bro. This doesn't mean nothing right here. It's just
Waste of time.
Yeah. I'm just gonna watch. I like football.
I don't even think Dak Prescott gonna play.
Yeah, he might not even
He got a sore shoulder.
yeah. So they're not gonna risk him getting hurt in a
No.
game that doesn't mean nothing.
No,
But you
game
got to get
don't
out
mean
there and
nothing.
get it loosened up.
This is just filtering out players that they think they may want to keep on a team. That's all it's all gonna be about.
So you don't think Najee's going to play tomorrow?
He may play.
You don't think that all the draft pick players are going
That's
to
what
play?
some of them guys are going to. Most of them will play because they're trying to figure out where they fit at.
Right, if they fit the team.
Right.
Yeah,
So you don't
But
think they're
this
going
ain't
to
gonna, whoever plays tomorrow night ain't gonna be your starters necessarily when the season starts.
Exactly, because they're trying to see if the guys don't fit in their scheme, can they trade them somewhere else to get what they want?
Or can they release them and get
Yeah.
somebody else?
So do you
Exactly,
guys
that's all
think-
this is about.
Yeah. So you think that some of those guys out there are going to be playing their hearts out? To try to
Yeah,
make-
because some know they got to play to win, play to play.
That's why I think the game's still going to be a pretty good game.
I mean, it's
Right.
going to be a game, but it's
It's
not
gonna
going
be
to
a game, but if you don't have your two starters playing the whole game on quarterback, you don't have all your starters playing the game and running backs and all that stuff, it's not gonna be like a regular season game. It's just it's
It's
the
a
first
tune-up.
preseason game. It's the Hall
It's
of
just a
Fame
tune-up.
game.
It's like practice. That's all we get to see, a live practice game.
It's
That's
a
what it is.
glorified practice.
Yeah, that's it.
So Mo, didn't we pick up a quarterback also?
We picked up our boy Haskins from Washington.
Right. You don't think he's going to be out there?
He'll play. He's got to play.
So I think it's
Yeah,
going to be.
unless his wife knocks another tooth.
Ben ain't gonna be playing. But Ben won't play very much.
No, he sure won't.
Dak ain't gonna play at all.
Quarterbacks, we got Ben number one,
Dwayne
Mason
Haskins.
Rudolph, Dwayne Haskins, and Josh Dobbs.
And I think we're going to get a chance to see Hoskins.
We'll see him. We'll see Dobbs. We'll see Dobbs.
I thought Dobbs was your backup quarterback.
Well, no, he's number 4 right now on the team.
Well, who's the other white kid that you had that was number 2?
Mason Rudolph.
Rudolph.
Yeah, he's number 2. They got Ben number 1, Mason Rudolph number 2, Dwayne Haskins number 3, and Josh Dobbs is number 3.
Well,
number 4.
I think Rudolph is going to get a lot of minutes tomorrow.
Probably so, but I would use him as trade bait because he's just a, you know.
Exactly. I think we need to get rid of him and stick with Hoskins.
And Dobbs. I like Dobbs.
So why would you get rid of him?
He doesn't play. To me, he just don't have the heart to me. He gets out there just like a deer in the headlights. You know, he just freezes. That's just my observation. You know, he should be a lot better than what he is, and he doesn't play like that.
But we haven't seen him this year. We don't know if he's gotten better.
We'll see tomorrow. He'll play tomorrow. If Ben doesn't start, he will start. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't see no reason for Ben to start tomorrow.
No,
you know,
why?
You still got 3 other preseason games. Yeah.
He doesn't need to. This probably Ben's
now they cut down the number of preseason games from 4 to 3. They increased the schedule from 16 to 17 games. What do you guys think about that?
To me, I don't really care. But for the players wise, it's just that that's harder. That's a lot on the body. You know what I'm saying?
It is. I don't think
football
they need to
is brutal.
I don't think they need to increase the number of games.
That's all a money thing right there.
Absolutely.
Really? You don't think they should extend the season?
No.
They got the playoffs for that.
Yeah. And this is strictly about money.
Yeah.
I think, I believe they should have a lot less playoff games because you're getting too many people injured in the playoff. I mean, in the preseason, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Preseason. Cut that preseason down to 1 or 2 games.
So do you
guys,
last
year, because of COVID, they just went straight into the season. And that's
do you guys remember when there were 6 preseason games?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, you do.
I probably didn't look at it the same. I probably wasn't that deep into it, but don't remember 6 preseason.
That was not too long ago. That was not too long ago.
Yeah, so there used to be 6 preseason games. So then they cut it down to 4 preseason games. Now it's down to 3 preseason games.
There you go.
Now they don't hit as much in practice anymore. So I think a lot of that has to do with injuries. If you don't hit, you don't get your body ready to take them shots. I think you get injured on in the games much quicker than you do when you had those preseason games, those practices and hitting in practice.
Yeah, I think they got to go full pads in practice too, right? Full speed.
Eventually, but not many days. They don't do it very much. Because there was a big fight at the Giants camp yesterday.
The Giants had a fight. Oh, yeah, the Giants had a fight.
It was the first day of hitting. It was a big old brawl.
Yeah. The coach had him running sprints and push-ups. Yeah, he put him down.
And they started quarterback ended up on the bottom of the pile.
Yeah.
Hey, that may be a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's what I'm saying. But when you start taking away those preseason games, then you don't have time for all of that, boy. You can't be getting no bunch of fights, get nobody hurt.
Can't afford to get nobody hurt.
That's right.
All right, guys, we're running up on the end of the hour. Any final words?
Fellas, hey, the game starts tomorrow.
Game starts tomorrow. Olympics. Let's keep watching track and field. We got some more coming up. I watched diving last night. Man, diving is deep.
Yeah. I was watching the decathlon and the heptathlon. The ladies running their game. And man, them are athletes right there.
The decathlons?
Yeah, they do it all. They do it all.
So what do y'all think about Simone Biles and her deal?
Hey man, my hat's off to her, man. Hey, take care of yourself, girl. Get yourself. No one knows what's going on with you but you.
We weren't there for the conversations. We all know everything that's going on behind the closed doors. Yeah. And everything that happened up until that point.
Take care of yourself. That's
exactly right, Curtis. And because of that, she has to take care of herself. I'm proud of her. I'm very proud of her. She did the right thing for herself.
And everybody that's against her, they need to just shut up because they're not in her shoes. They don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
She's done more than half them cats ever done. To be the greatest, to me.
No question. And she's brought light to some of the things that's going on with this mental health. And remember, she's the last athlete of that doctor that was putting their hands on these little girls. She's the last one left.
Yeah.
Still competing, that the doctor did what he did to her.
Yeah.
So
and
a lot of things going into this
help
young
about
lady.
that.
Yeah, a lot of things happen to this young lady that we have to consider. And I don't think nobody should be pointing the fingers at her. As much training that she's put her body through, she was supposed to be competing in 2020, and then she had to put that off and come back and compete in 2021. You don't know what that put your body through, man.
Hey, look, when she won the gold, she won those with broken toes. You understand? She can play through the pain. She did that. She won that with broken toes. She won that. But like you said, her mental health, we have no idea what that was. Let her take care of herself. Look at Jordan.
I'm proud of her.
Hey, Jalen Rose said it perfectly. He said, look at the greatest, Jordan. He took a mental health break when his father got killed. He took 2 years out the game. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, no one knows what that person, they grieve different ways or do what they have to do, you know, what their capacity is about. So he did what he did. Now let her do what she got to do.
No question.
And on that note, thank you fellas for hopping on here today. Looking forward to getting us back on track. We're back in town and looking forward to seeing you guys Friday.
All right.
Thank you very much for everybody tuning in. This is Sports Talk with Attitude. Signing out.
Peace.